That one taken in by T. Higgins. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he called it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the game. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
So we're trading first-half field goals to break through a touchdown front with a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give a big touchdown.
So all field goals so far, 6 3-yard scores. The kick is away.
Ain't nothing in prison free.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
And everybody in prison wants something.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the game.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6.
First they want to do is get out. They look at you. You don't even know you're being looked at.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They never turn your way and look at you. You know what I'm saying, D? But you don't know. They looking at you. You got niggas that's looking this way, but they looking to the view at you from the back. Yeah, you know, shit like that. Yeah, that's how they get out. You know, keep
Here's
your eyes on
Rodgers.
you all the time. You know, shit.
And he
Everything.
takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That's what the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
First day, now you get it stupid, you gonna fuck around. First time you gonna fuck around, they gonna know if you're real nigga. They gonna know if you're a hoe nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is the way you answer.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Fuck how you try to sound. A nigga gonna swear, that ain't no real nigga. He trying to sound tough. They trying to act like he tough. Now, how long you got, man? I think you got a good one. He ain't shaking it.
Running left, it's Warren. Just right around the 25. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
This nigga that old enough to be your dad. You know what I'm saying? This nigga motherfucker old enough to be your papa, your uncle, your chum uncle that you don't fuck with.
Now Rodgers.
You get what I'm saying? So they ain't that motherfucker wait on you.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
On the give, it's Warren.
It's the game.
And he'll be out of it. He's taking it just shy of 10 to the 11 to 12. 65 yards rushing for him as he's been tough to stop here this first half.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
That's you, but to you,
Warren will try the right side.
Can you get it?
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jim Warren taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And on his way to the end zone, shedding the tackle, he would not be denied.
That's what's called finishing the run. Making sure you power your way through. One-on-one tackle. No running back wants to go to the bench and say, I got stopped this short.
Shut your bitch ass up. Okay, Stu. Okay, Stu. Okay, Stu.
First Boswell.
I know.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
I know. If they say no, then nigga, I was talking to you about ago when I called you over. You had no tough man anymore. Now you got a man in you.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
That nigga in the wrist.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory, just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about
He's got it in, complete. And he'll get this one right up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
I did not see it around because this is I can't control how another man feels for another man. I can't control what another man thinks about another man.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way close to the 35. Well, he exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
Four young niggas in her. Just like him. That's what they do. First time when these young dumbass they run down, they go down there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
And
this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Yo, y'all missed that ball. Y'all missed that ball over your head.
Rodgers.
Can't make it down.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Fuck you, that's why I'm going to quit doing this shit. Now I'm going to go back to that.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And that was two sides of us, man. You know, but then they got to act with sir. They
stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
They jump. They should know boom. So whenever you say it's their job to react, and niggas go down there, can't make it, baby. Respect. We still got, you know.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
That's all we're doing. He left prints on my face. Yeah, bars.
On play action, Rodgers. Heavy rush, and down he goes. Now a timeout signaled for. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Wait for the nigga to come back, nigga ain't showing up. He said, damn, bitch, we're supposed to be back there, and I need my...
Hey, take 26.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5 outside, nigga know I need my motherfucking
throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And that will get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first. They get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up a lot. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
So an incredible turn of events there. The final play in the half results in a blocked field goal return, and the lead changes hands with zeros on the clock.
Can you imagine the confusion going through the brain of the head coach right now? Because it changes the depth talk, doesn't it? He's ready to go in and read them the riot act. Instead, all of a sudden, he's winning. What does he say to the team now?
He got your boy with it, B. You got who with it? Your boy. Get down on it.
That's the point by McPherson, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Yeah, GB, man.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
You got big ball to go.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change that.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And they will be settled now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
That's Lieutenant. B, that's Lieutenant boy.
Throwing is Rodgers.
This is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step to forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
You shot him in front of the car. You need to whip his ass till stay out the streets. Yeah. Balls. That's how come you catch that drop space there between the guns on our fish ditch.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got it into the last second, forced the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long.
Come on. Jump out! Yeah, you gotta keep your man good, bro. So, Jim, when they skew, what's going on?
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Oh, man, somebody see it up there.
But that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Boswell's kick is good. That's going to tie us at 13. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine. He's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because in the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you. Interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on the snap.
On 3rd down, drop to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Oh, that's a big let off there on third down because you've got to count for the running back coming out the backfield. They didn't, and they got burned, not just for a first down, but for big yardage as well.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards to gain there on the catch and run. So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it first and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
That man has zero tolerance, man. I just sit around and watch the game unfold. And every time it unfolds, I just know, hey, I live in a world called prison. And this is what happens in prison.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
It's just like when the niggas see the hole going and stuff. So you got that people.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. A sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
I'm coming right quick. 26. Hey, how you doing? Where you from, Richmond. Richmond. You're a Richmond.
From the gun on third down. Rodgers. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryer. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
Straight cap. Niggas can sense that smelling when you come through the door. You can hung your fucker. Niggas talking about comes through the door.
They'll try and throw for it here.
Looking for
Austin, intercepted.
Ain't nobody gonna fuck.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Every time I got niggas like that, I'm fine. You trying to sell that mask, you trying to sell that shit. See, look at that mean.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way. Take some time on the clock and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Here's Burrow.
Watch this. You come in.
Well, that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. Hands up forcing the incompletion.
Now it's Burrow. Got a man open, it's Chase. And he's going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To the air again, Burrow. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw here. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. That's good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Got excited.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
See, the game is to keep the nigga attention.
And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
He talks to this nigga. Like you see, digging that nigga.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
He gonna talk to that nigga, the more that nigga talk, he gonna talk with them, that they gonna feed into him, right now you see that nigga friend, this nigga don't know nobody, guess what?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive, he'll look to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. Hit this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That is a 27-yard pickup. We couldn't ask for much more at this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Got me a guy, I'll take care of you. You only take care of one?
Rodgers now to throw. That'll be dumped off to Gainwell.
I take care of you.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
$3,000 motherfucker stove. That nigga saying look like it's candy stuff. Say this nigga sitting there like
to throw
yeah,
is Rodgers.
What's up, where you from? Yeah, he said that's when the second play comes in.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
What's up, Spring?
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. It seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Again, they'll throw it
I told you don't
Rodgers.
talk to nobody. Oh, I got damn, he didn't make shit in here, man.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Matter of fact, I had found that pitch. I told y'all.
Wondering if we were going to see them try to push a deep downfield. Facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
So they said they were going to sit and watch the pitch. They know that's the other shit. Yeah, okay, get him in there, shit. School can do some, yeah, don't, right there. Chicken boots out. The nigga don't see the honey bun inside the boots. Yeah.
Now Rodgers got out of this one.
Into the middle of the field,
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Get out of it. You're talking about school, get out of it.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
You know, he told the boss. And the boss hit the wrong, they got business to take care of. So the other nigga, you heard another nigga sitting there be doing this. Oh shit. What are you doing? He popping his door. His door.
And again, it's Rodgers.
Check.
Now he'll take this and run.
He going over to your city.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Oh, nigga, we got.
To throw is Rodgers. Down the field, he's got one. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That is why I trust Viper, because their shares are so made here in the USA. And trust me, I have never, ever regretted a decision by buying from Viper.
Now Rodgers.
Supporting documents
now he's going to step up and run. Caught along the sideline by Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. I'll tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Hand off for Warren. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Rodgers to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game.
Yeah, they got it too.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all of their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
First down. A gain of 12. First down, Cincinnati.
11.
The iron thing trying to swing him. We think calling that iron thing.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but it's still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Now it's Burrow. Now he'll tuck this and run. He's got his running back out of the backfield. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
What a call there on 3rd down. Took conviction, didn't it? If this is incomplete, the complexion of this game changes dramatically. Instead, not only is this a first down, but it's a big play to boot.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.